Gola towns in Dambuwa local government area of Borno State. The troops from the 402 Special Forces Task Force Brigade had on Wednesday encircled some terrorist enclaves at Abagajiri and inflicted heavy casualties on them. Apart from the 5 who were killed, many other terrorists escaped with gunshot wounds, while the troops also captured several guns and some improvised explosive devices, IED, materials, among others. The North Central, within the period, troops of Operations Safe Haven, One Stroke, and Thunder Strike have also achieved appreciable successes. A total of 6 kidnapped victims were rescued, while 5 armed bandits, including militia gang leaders, were killed in action. Equally, 11 armed bandits were arrested in the zone. And only on Saturday, the air component of Operation Thunder Strike neutralized several armed bandits at Chikwale Forest in the Mangoro area of Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. The operation followed credible intelligence reports indicating the significant presence of armed bandits in the area, which is about 20 kilometers west of the Kaduna-Abuja highway. In the south-south, troops of Operation Delta Safe conducted anti-crude oil theft and illegal oil bunkering operations in addition to anti-illegal maritime activities. In the course of the operational activities, 24 illegal refinery sites, 11 wooden boats, 142 metal tanks, 17 dugout pits, and 45 ovens were destroyed. Also, 30 suspects were arrested, while 14 pumping machines, 13 speedboats, and 13 outboard engines were recovered. Additionally, a total of 684,456 barrels of stolen crude oil and 1,724,000 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, as well as 500,000 liters of dual-purpose kerosene were recovered. Furthermore, a total of 1,184 bags of Yaraliva nitrable fertilizer suspected to have been smuggled from the Republic of Cameroon were impounded. Similarly, in the southwest, troops of Operation Awatsi destroyed several illegal refining sites and arrested 8 boats engaged in illegal activities. Gentlemen, please note that in addition to the kinetic military operations which led to the successes enumerated above, the armed forces of Nigeria routinely carry out non-kinetic operations in form of civil-military cooperation activities, fostering several stakeholders and reconciliation meetings between hostile communities and carrying out medical outreaches in host communities. Finally, there is no denying the successes achieved by the armed forces of Nigeria and other security and intelligence agencies within the period in focus, which is from 1st of January 2021 to today, which is just a little over 3 weeks. There is no doubt that with this renewed determination and vigor, security agencies are set to sustain their onslaught against terrorists, bandits, and criminal elements in our country, and will not relent until peace has been restored to every troubled part of our dear nation. Mr. President has continued to provide the security agencies with wherewithal to successfully prosecute their various operations. security agencies have been discharging their responsibilities credibly. It is now up to us as citizens to give our undiluted support to the security agencies who daily sacrifice to keep us safe. I thank you for your very kind attention. I will now ask the Honorable Minister of Interior if he has anything to add to this report, after which I will take questions from you. However, those questions should please be restricted to the issues discussed or issue of security. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here to support the Minister of Information. I have nothing to add. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can we now take questions, please?
Please, like I said from the onset, you tell us your name, your media organization, and please let it be within the box. That means you restrict your questions to issues addressed by the Honorable Minister. We go from here. Okay, let's start with you.
Good afternoon, once again, Honorable Ministers. My name is Stanley Mose. I report for Radio Nigeria. Honorable Ministers, just last week, the governor of the papers quoted the governor of Nasarawa State as saying that the Boko Haram members are now in that state. And of course, the governor later met with Mr. President, where he confirmed that they are actually there and of course regrouping. I want the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture to attest to this or give more clarifications. Thank you.
Honorable Ministers, good afternoon. My name is Friday Okerigbe. I'm a reporter with Channels TV. I would like the Minister to please, honestly, give us a direct answer to this question. Would you say that the country as it is today is safer in spite of those huge feats that you listed that the security forces have achieved? And the second question is, when we're talking about the operations in the Southwest, you only talked about the successes that the security forces registered against oil installations. It appears to me that they are more concerned about oil installations as against citizens. Because in recent weeks, there will be serious security challenge in that region. How concerned are you about the security situation in the Southeast? Thank you. Southwest, rather. Southwest.
Maybe we allow the Honorable Minister to respond to the two questions so that we don't lose focus, please. Honorable Minister, sir.
Thank you very much. The first question in respect of the statement allegedly credited to the governor of Nasarawa State. I was also concerned and I took on the governor of Nasarawa State. I asked him for further explanation. And he said it's a case of being quoted out of context. That what he told the media was that he went to see Mr. President, first to wish him a happy new year, second to thank him for the forces he had sent to Nasarawa State to dislodge the bandits who were trying to behave like Boko Haram. So that's how the issue of Boko Haram came about. And thirdly, he went to thank Mr. President for providing an alternative route between Nasarawa State and Abuja. So it was a clear case of being quoted out of context. The Friday, you asked if I can say, in all honesty, whether the situation in the country today is better than when we met it. And I have no hesitation in saying yes. Nigeria today is facing security challenges, but it's by far better than what we met. And what do I mean? Prior to 2015, bombings, suicide bombings, attacks by Boko Haram were taking place in at least 12 states of the Federation. Plateau, Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi, Yobe. Not even Abuja was spared. And if you look at the number of lives that were lost before then and today, there's no doubt that, yes, we have challenges, but we are much better than what it was. Again, before now, virtually a day passed without one lady or one misguided extremist blowing herself or himself up in the marketplace. When last did we hear that? Prior to 2015, how many local governments in the entire Northeast could open their roads? How many schools were operating there? I personally went with some of you here to Bama, Kaure, Konduga, and Maiduguri, 2015. December 5, I remember very well. Between Maiduguri and Bama, it's about 78 kilometers. I think we did not meet one singular vehicle on the road in that period. When we got to Bama, there was no single house standing. So when people compare 2015 or 2015 to date, I think it's because we get used to good things and we forget the bad times. How many times did Boko Haram visit Abuja here prior to 2015? How many media houses were victims of Boko Haram bombings? Yes, we have challenges, like we have all over the world, and we are rising up to those challenges. But to say that Nigeria is not is less safe than 2015 is not. 2015 is not correct. The second half of your question, I think, has to do with the situation in the Southwest. Yes, we have challenges in the Southwest, but I can assure you, it's been taken very good care of. Both military and political leaders are on top of the matter. I think those are the two questions that I've asked so far.
Okay. Honorable Ministers, colleagues, my name is Agi Onda. I write for Blueprint. Forest reserves, we all know, are for the preservation of ecosystem, animals inclusive. If I'm in charge of a forest and know the purpose of which it serves, and I say don't move out of the forest because of fears of using it as a launch pad to do harm and all of that. When does that become a quit notice? Because since the governor made that pronouncement, there have been series of spitting of fire from socio-cultural organizations, and even the federal government said the statement was provocative. So what's your response to that? When has that become a quit notice?
Okay. I think my response to that is that we should please lower the temperature and we should stop politicizing security matters. We should stop reading ethnicity or religion to be purely security issues. And like I told you, As we speak now, efforts are being made to contain this issue and other issues. Thank you.
Yeah, Honorable Ministers, my name is Igo Akirega. I work for the Guardian newspapers. My question is specifically going to be directed at the Honorable Minister of Internal Affairs. I'm sure most Nigerians will be interested in a clear definition of who is a kidnapper, a bandit, and a terrorist. These three words are used interchangeably. We'll be interested in knowing how the federal government views these categories of crimes as it relates specifically to foreign militiamen that have taken over the forests in the country. That's one, sir. Two, sir, I have known you from my days as a student union president. And while you were commissioner in Lagos State, you are a very active person, very progressive-minded. And I've also interviewed you as editor of The Source. Now I see a different person, sir, with profound respect. As Minister of Internal Affairs, the immigration is under your purview, the Security and Civil Defense Corps, and some other specific paramilitary agencies. The federal government says every time that people invaded the country, invaded Nigeria from other countries. What is your office doing, sir, to ensure that Nigerian borders are properly policed? The second leg of my question comes to the Honorable Minister for Information. Sir, Sir? Okay, it's a simple one, sir. Indeed, as journalists, we have a responsibility to ensure that we bring down the tempo. The news content is such that it does not exacerbate the current situation. But indeed, we are also very worried, because some of us also travel by the roads. You just told us now that the security agencies have done so much. You enumerated all the achievements. Now, if that is true, sir, why do we now have also increasing numbers of vigilante groups and regional security protection groups? For example, at Moteku, I will now have the ESN in the southeast. What is the view of the federal government on all of these if it is scoring itself very high? Thank you, sir.
Good morning, all. The response to definition of terms: bandits, terrorists, kidnapper, violent extremists, jihadists. I will not take too much time. They are criminals, pure and simple, criminals, and they should be treated as such. Simpliciter, criminals, lawless, antisocial, and bad elements. As to the border situation, Nigeria has a wide, huge borderline from the eastern flank, to the up through the northeast, the top, and then south, west, and then the Gulf of Guinea, the littoral belt. So it's wide. What I will tell you is this. Besides the fact that we are putting in place what we call further operation bases that permit us to regularly check and move through the borders and the boundaries, we are emplacing electronic border surveillance system that utilize satellites and technology to have effective control on every inch of our boundary. When that is finalized and installed, then we have an improved border security system. That's what I can say. The best is yet to come. We are certainly working on having the best border management system. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think the third leg of your question, which directed at me, is why do we still have militias? Why do we still have increased vigilance and surveillance? Well, I think the purpose of this press conference, firstly, is to highlight what we've achieved, what the armed forces have achieved in the first 1 month. And this is important because it gives us a better perspective of how much our armed forces and security and other agencies are doing to ensure that me and you, we can sleep. Of course, too, it also reinforces confidence. But as to why do we have why still have the, increased vigilance? I think vigilance is what you need every time. Even the most peaceful country will still maintain an army, will still maintain a police. And like Mr. President said, we must learn to adapt to our tactics and our approach to the changing security challenges. Thank you very much.
At this point, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the media, we want to thank you for your time. It has been an exciting one. Thank you and God bless you. We have come to the end of this press briefing. Thank you.